One,
Kid can't even read.
two.
Welcome to a meat forest.
That sounds like a fairy tale of a meat forest.
Oh, good for you.
Welcome to the CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
This is episode 409. Oh, we got Urza's for life already, but I can hit this first. It's a secret. It feels right in the world when Tad gets that first one. It's either normally Tad or RoboCop that get the first Urza's for life, so I got to hit that.
Get the fuck out.
Last week felt weird that Tad didn't jump in until, what, an hour in or something like that, 45 minutes for the Urza's for life. So
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
it felt pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hey, he helped you out with your rental property, so you got to be nice to him. And then I heard you ditched out on him on pre-release weekend. What's going on there?
Yeah, well, I found out in the morning that I had to go to my mother-in-law's birthday.
Oh.
Right.
Whoopsies.
Like, you know, I woke up and Facebook's like, your mother-in-law's birthday. I was like, oh, shit. And so I was like, my wife eventually comes downstairs, like the queen she is, late, just at breakfast time a few hours later. And I was like, so what's the day supposed to look like? She's like, well, there's the birthday party. I was thinking that you could bring, you know, her there. And I was like, oh, all right. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I was like, okay. And then like your mom's birthday? And she's like, yeah, we were probably gonna go mini golfing. And I'm like, what time is that? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, are we doing anything after? She's like, yeah, probably. I'm like, am I allowed to go to Magic? And she's like, oh,
No.
I thought that was later. And I was like, no. You know, and then you just kind of have you hear well, you could still go, but the tone is off.
It's like, you make the decision. I won't. It's up to you what you want to do.
And then I normally, whenever I'm in that kind of situation, I ask myself the question, what should I do? Because I believe this is actually a life saying that I say is, do the things I should to do the things I want.
I like
and so
that.
if there's ever a conflict between what I want to do and what I should do, I always pick should.
Oh,
because that will allow me to do what I want
At a later
when I
date.
don't have to worry about it. Because then I'm like, you know, and I don't feel like I'm giving up anything, but as long as I'm doing the things that I should, I get to kind of do what I want. You know,
there you go. That's some wise words from Lowry Smith.
It helps a ton. Like, it's like, hey, I got a friend in town that's from out of town, or should I go to a pre-release? It's like, I should go see my friend, even though I love Magic. And you know,
Tad has single life.
Jesus.
That's him right there. Okay, so yeah, we got a big show right now. We got a lot of stuff that is happening. We have the Secret Lair that's going on. Secret Where? Yep, there we go. Yep. Oh, good evening, Adam and Teacher Daddy. Yes. What was that? Oh, because we're doing the grades. Teacher Daddy, thank you for that reminder, Ouija. That helps out. I completely forgot about that. I need to Did I not write that down? I thought I wrote Teacher Daddy down somewhere. I'm going to now. I have a little...
I'm glad. I kind of really appreciate that you don't, like, you've known me long enough that I'm just not ever going to be Teacher Daddy to you, and you will forget it every time.
Nope, not anymore. I'm writing it down, Lowry. Teacher Daddy. All right, teacher.
Feels like the third time you've written it down.
I know. That's why I'm really surprised it's not on my... I have a note thing to remind myself to remind people of how the breakpoint works.
I have a reminder list to remind me.
Yes, I do.
Look,
See?
You don't know this, but I
goes
throw away
from-
your notes whenever I come up to your house.
This moves along in my book for the latest secret lair, just to remind me to tell everybody how we do this stuff. And so that's
hold on.
oh, Tad just wants to bang bang bang. Is he?
Yeah, I don't think I do have it.
He's bragging. I just want bang bang bang.
I don't want to know your name. I just want bang bang bang.
I don't know if he's really wanted. No, I'm gonna let Tad tell that. There's a reason probably why he's saying that. The single life is.
I don't need it.
Single life is treating him well. Let's just say that. Okay, let's.
I believe it.
Okay, so we have the secret lair that popped up late last week. So originally this was just going to be our top 10 or fave 5, I should say, for commanders, for Lorwyn Eclipsed, and the fave 5 cards in the set.
Yeah, legends and cards. I think we're avoiding the commander precon since we talked about those last week.
Yes,
or did
but
you have to...
I have like the only commander that I really want to build is potentially out of that. But if we overlap,
no, that's
with
fair
stuff,
to talk about then. And then we have the tournament for the best looking soul ring, which will be coming up right after Secret Lair.
Yep,
and that will fit perfectly, bridging the gap between a real episode and a Secret Lair episode. And so. Tags real quick.
Yeah, let's get the tags out of the way. So really quick, the best ways you guys can support the CommanderSmiths. Free way is just subscribe to the channel. So if you're on YouTube, just jump on there, subscribe to our channel. Hit that like button if you're watching this video right now. That does help our algorithms, and we know that that's the big thing with everything. If you hit the likes and people like it and all that stuff, we occasionally get some. We don't have the serial thumbs down or like we used to have. So what do you got there, Lowry? Hello, boobies. Why did you just... Do you want me to hit that button? Is that what that one is? I mean, I can if you want me to. Let me get over to that button. Hello,
No. This was a note from Mr. Whittam, and it had fallen off my trophy board.
Hello, boobies.
So I was just... Because I got the one wrong that he sent. So that's the other side.
Wrong.
There's kind words in there, but...
But yeah, so the free way to support the CommanderSmiths is just YouTube's it and subscribe there and like our stuff. Tons of videos and all that. If you guys want to financially support us, you can jump on the Discord. That is our way of communicating the best. If you want to communicate with us, you can do it on YouTube's. We do answer messages or comments or anything like that. But to have a back and forth actual live conversation, Discord is the best way. And then you have live conversations with a bunch of other people, like-minded people like yourself. $1 is all you need a month to get in there. If you want to go $5 or more, you can get proxies that we make. I'm not going to reach and grab those. I showed those last week because we're just going to get right into it. But we make proxies each month to get about 3 to 4 new ones. We have over 450 of them at this point. And you can get proxies. You can get foil proxies too. So if you move up in the tiers, that's another thing. Last way financially is we have these Yeti mugs. The red one is the one that you can buy from the eBay store. There it is. Lowry has it there. It has our CommanderSmith little logo right there, and it's an actual Yeti mug, and they're fantastic. You jump on the eBay link. It's in the description below, but we also have metal tokens on there as well, so that helps us out. And you get some cool merch for that as well. So those are the ways you guys can support us. If you need to contact us, Discord's number 1, YouTube's number 2, and email commandersmiths@gmail.com is number 3. So those 3 ways you guys can get a hold of us. All right. That is all the tags out of the way. So let's get to our secret lair. And I got to let me flash over to there.
Yeah, so this is definitely like the worst secret lair that we've ever been a part of. That's a personal note because normally I don't have to do anything for this episode, and there's at least the Fave 5 attached to it. I still didn't do anything for Secret Lair, don't worry. But I still had to do something for the episode.
You actually had to work for this one. Right. Opposite, I would say, is this is actually a really good secret lair. Just kind of throwing this out there. Like
good to know.
Yeah,
good to hear.
Numbers wise, this one's one of the better ones. This is
it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert. The Great Henge, by the way.
Is Teacher Daddy gonna give them all A's? You think?
Yeah, Teacher Daddy. So how this is gonna work? Do you remember how this is going to work? Do you want me to say it or
I don't? We want to be quick.
Okay.
Either way, right?
So we're
I read stuff. Am I reading the new cards?
If you can read them. If you can't, I can read it for you too.
All right.
All right. We do have new cards in this, so there's only
Yeah.
to Secret Lair stuff. So
That's exciting.
That's kind of fun there. But what we are gonna do is we're gonna go through each drop. Lowry will read the cards. I will give you the breakdown of what I think the cards will eventually get to. When we talk about a breakpoint, I want to give you the values of stuff. That is a like 10 to 16 month timeline. So what ends up happening with these secret layers, and I like to tell you guys this, and both Lowry and I tell you this, that don't get FOMO. If you miss this drop, you can probably get a lot of these cards, maybe not the new ones necessarily, but a lot of these cards when everybody gets peak supply when it gets in their hands. So my example was the Deadpool drop. You could go and buy, everybody got pissed that the Deadpool drop was a surprise because it was April Fool's, blah, 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 and it sold out so quick. But then you could go get the Deadpool drop for cheaper than what the drop was. So don't get too upset. Yes, there are drops that will be more expensive, like Jaws, for example.
Yeah.
That card's $140 right now. The Jin dude from the PlayStation drop, he's like $130. So there are some that will get there. But for the most part, don't get FOMO and feel bad if you missed this. But this one is a good drop. So I suggest don't missing this. A couple little key notes. Let's see. Every $150 you spend, you are going to get this Silver Shroud costume, which is really cool art. And it's not like this is from a different set. This is from Fallout, the last Fallout set that we had, like the actual set, not the Secret Lair. So you're getting
it's like a $10 card.
Yeah, well, it's $13 in non-foil, and it's a $34 in foil and $55 in surge foil. So, and this one is a full art everything, like it's going through the text box. So this is a really good bonus. So every 150 that gets sold or that you buy, you get that for free. This is going on sale January 26th. Wizards also notes, if you want to look at this, where does it say that? Okay, right here, what it's telling you to do, and we told this before, an hour before this sale goes live, it will pop up so you can see it. Put something in your cart and go to checkout, because then when it goes live, the lotto system happens, and then you get randomized and put in order.
So next Monday.
Right, next Monday. So if you jump on right at 11 o'clock Central Time for us and try to get it and then check out, well, you're not part of the lotto system, so you're waiting until after the lotto system, and then you're going to be at the end of the line. So the key is to get at least one of the things in line right in that first hour, and then you get in the lotto system. The best way to do it is get multiple browsers if you can, and then you have a better chance of getting it. So that's a little key there. One other note, new cards. The new cards are going to be non-foil at LGS's and for the first time on Amazon at a later date. So if you don't get these, the non-foils of the new cards will also be at your game stores and all that, your LGS and Amazon. The Amazon thing was the first time thing that they haven't noted there. So, okay, I think that's everything. Oh, breakpoint. When I give a breakpoint number, if I say it's a breakpoint 3, what that means is if you buy 3 of that same drop, that's you want to get this for your collection. So that means you're going to get you have to sell 2 of those and it pays for your 1. So breakpoint 3 is pretty good. Breakpoint 2 is even better. It means you're only buying 2 and it pays for your other drop. So the lower the number that breakpoint is, the better. The higher, it's bad. So I think that's all the notes. And then Teacher Daddy is when we are going to give grades. And we will give grades on the new cards too. Remember, we do that. So grades and then all that. Okay, so 15 minutes in. Let's get this started, buddy.
We're ahead of schedule. It's not 20 minutes.
Yeah. All right. So the very first one, we're going to talk about the new cards here. Can you see that? All right.
I've kind of read this one. Okay, you got Lucy McLean, positively armed, 4 colorless and a white for a 3/5 human survivor. Whenever a token enters, you may have target player other than its controller creates a token that's a copy of it. Then you draw a card if an opponent created the token this way, only once per turn.
Really quick, the drop, this one's called Beyond Vault 33 is the name of this
Thank
drop.
you. So this has the Lucy from the show that's on the card. and
What do
a
you-
bunch of wicked monsters kind of attacking her. It looks pretty cool.
What do you
Like,
think about this card in general as a grade for this card? Like I dig this one a lot because it's whenever a token enters. So you can do it with your stuff. So you can make this more of a token deck and you're giving somebody a 1/1 and then drawing off of it as well. You know, you put a 1/1 token into play, but also it doesn't have to be in a token deck is my thought is this is just, people make tokens all the time. So this is kind of nice if they're making a really cool token, you're like, well, I want that too. Yeah, you don't get the draw. But if it's only mediocre, they're getting a treasure and you're like, I'm good on mana. I'll give it to this other dude and I'll draw instead.
Yeah, you give somebody else a clue or a food and then just
like
draw off of it.
I think this one's really good. I mean,
I think my biggest problem is the 5 mana.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say,
Yeah.
I feel better if it was 4 CMC, but the 5 kind of gets me a little bit. But yeah, I feel like I'm like that Smothering Tithe CMC range. But it is a command. It could be a commander. You know, you could technically build around this. So I dig this one.
I think it's cool. How about that?
Where would you give it as a grade? Teacher Daddy Lowry.
Probably like a C minus or a C plus.
Oh wow, we were way off on this. I gave it an A.
B minus C plus. You gave it an A?
Because
Like an A?
like an AA.
There's a reason why you're not a teacher. Like you will play this in a deck.
No, but that's what I'm trying to get at is like, yeah, you can make this as a commander, but I think if your play group, which ours does, plays a lot of tokens, I think this
you're
works.
not putting this in every deck.
You don't
There's
think
no way this
not
is an
every
A-graded
deck. I would more so put it in a deck that fits in the theme, but I'm saying it could go in a lot of decks that aren't.
Most cards could go in a lot of decks, but you won't because they're not.
I think
good
it's an
enough.
A. Lay off me. I'm starving. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good card because you get
I'm
to draw.
glad you can love it all you want.
Because you can
But
get the cool tokens.
Look, you. It's not an A.
I gave it an A.
If you were reasonable, you give it a B.
I'm a cool teacher. I gave it an A.
Favorite to no all right, whatever. Next one. The Ghoul Gunslinger, 1 and 2 black for a 2/3 zombie mutant rogue. First strike, whenever the ghoul or another non-token zombie or mutant you control dies, target player gets 2 rad counters. If the player is you, create a treasure token.
Ooh, one thing I missed. I gave this a higher grade because I missed the non-token zombie. That makes it a little more. I'm going to drop my grade a little bit on this because I had it in an A thinking like, boom, you put it in every zombie deck. You do put it in every zombie deck. But I'm like, you make this the commander, you make a ton of zombie tokens, and then you sack them and you just mill the crap out of somebody or they die from, hitting stuff. But the fact that it's non-token zombie, I think it's still really good, but instead of my A, I think I'm going to drop this one down to a B minus is where I'm at with this one. Where are you at? You're gonna go
grading
A
on the fly.
plus.
No, because you're saying like you would put this in every zombie deck, and I just wouldn't do that.
B minus, I said. Yes, B minus.
But I'm probably agreeing with you. I like it better than Lucy. Like, it's cheaper. It's right in that range of like 3 mana for a lot of the zombies is happening.
I liked him as a commander too. Like I was like, this would be actually a fun thing to build around. But how many zombies? Most of the reoccurring zombie or reoccurring cards are skeletons because it's, bringing them back. So you don't have that zombie where you're, put them in the graveyard, bring back, being able to do that.
You have, you have
a couple.
Crawler.
Yeah.
You for sure have it. Yeah.
But you don't have as many as if you were to include, if it was just all creatures. Yeah, the skeletons would be really nice to be in there. But,
I do think I agree with the B minus card there.
Thanks, teacher.
I think it's
Daddy
really
Lowry.
good. I think it's solid.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with it.
Yep, I dig this one. All right, next new card. This is kind of crazy. We got 3 new cards, all commander potentials.
You have Maximus Knight Apparent, 3 colorless and a red for a 4/4 human knight. It has trample. When it enters, you may search your library for an equipment card with mana value 2.
2. Yep.
Only 2.
Only 2.
Reveal and put it in your hand, then shuffle, and then pay 1, sacrifice an artifact. You get 2 energy.
I gave this. Well, I want to hear what you say.
This isn't like a glue or a staple card for energy. And that's kind of where the deck goes. I don't know if I'm interested enough to, because it has to be an equipment card with CMC 2.
Yeah, not 2 or less.
Or MV, whatever. C.
Yeah.
That's probably where my gut is. It's a C. It's fine, but it's very specific.
Yep, I gave it a D as a card, but as like for
I'm okay with that too.
But for energy decks, I think energy decks will like this. So I was up in that C range as well.
But doesn't this make it feel like it has to be like an energy equipment deck, which is like really niche?
Not necessarily. It just makes sure you have an equipment because it's only when it enters. So
I guess it's nice when it goes for like a Boots or Greaves.
Yeah.
Like I get that.
But you're really
I hate
more
that it has to be an equipment though. I wish it was more just like an artifact or something.
You're sacrificing. That's kind of nice to get the 2 energy off the sack for the artifacts.
Right.
So
if you're running like clues or food or treasures, like being able to sacrifice them like crazy is great.
Yeah.
And but again, like energy is.
You built an energy deck, right? Like you had that
did.
energy.
So this would fit in there.
Does it actually fit in there?
It would have fit in there, yeah, because it was artifact theme with it was Dr. Madison Lee. So like that's very much on theme Fallout. So there is a deck for it.
Okay. So yeah, between the 3, I put the pricing between like this one's obviously the lowest. I think this will be about a $10 to $20 card, non-foil foil. The Ghoul and Lucy, I put at like 30 to 40 of each of those probably over time. Because I feel like they are usable cards. I think these are both usable cards. And if you look at like
30 to 40 strong though.
I know, but if you look at some of those, if they're usable, they get fucking. I guess the downfall of it is they are monocolor, so it's harder as a commander. Like the
right.
Jin.
No, I'm not really interested in building with any of these.
Right.
Maybe
the Ghoul I liked
more than anything.
Yeah, I liked him. God, I thought I wrote down. Oh, that was on the Discord. See, that's another reason you should join the Discord because I did break down some of the new cards in the last like few months that we had in Secret Lairs, where we had 3 of them that were they're $130 plus, but all 3 of those were either really cool commander abilities or Jaws itself is just crazy with
right.
people sacking
Jaws
and all
is
that.
going nuts.
And that's 140. So I don't think it's definitely not that range, but I do think if it's a usable new commander card, they tend to be in that 40 range, 30, 40 range. So I think these are there. I'm just trying to think of like Sonic. Sonic had some similar feel to these where they felt really good, but you're not going to use them everywhere. You know, I haven't used any of the Sonic cards besides Super State, which might end up being one of the more expensive cards down the road.
Sonic and Shadow were good cards.
Yes. They're fun
and
commanders.
Sonic's not that expensive.
No.
Shadow has a bit more to it, but
yeah. So
I mean, for me, I normally stick with what you're saying. I probably drop it down to your lower spots,
20 and 30, maybe. You thinking?
What's that?
You thinking 20 and 30, or are you
I'm thinking 10 and 20.
You're thinking 10 and 20. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think these two. I dig it. I want to see how this one works in Lucy. How she works in the wild. You know, you think of tokens.
I think Lucy has the most potential because it can fit into
more decks than just
more
a zombie
decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about the other cards that are actually in this drop because there's 3 other ones that are in this drop.
Pre-war formal wear where Lucy's wearing the wedding dress, and that's from Fallout as well. Next one, you have Spirit Mantle, which gives a +1/+1 for each. It's just +1.
Protection from
+1
creatures.
and protection from creatures. Yeah, that's a great aura.
Yep.
And then you have T60 power armor, which is really T45 power armor from the Fallout set as well. I'm not going to read all the energy stuff, but
it's garbage.
That one's not very good.
Yeah. These 3, range the non-foils are 5. Foil maybe for pre-war, and that's only a Fallout card as well. And then Spirit Mantle, I do use that in a lot of. That's a good, like you said, aura.
Spirit Mantle is very usable.
Yeah, so I could probably get up to 15. But overall, this whole drop, the new cards are the thing that's the hard thing with this. Like we always talk about that when we get new cards, we don't know where it's gonna go. Example, like I said already, Jaws itself paid for 5 drops.
We knew that was gonna be good though.
Yeah,
too.
we did know, but we didn't know it was gonna be that good. Yeah, but with this, not with Lowry's estimates, but even if we got Lowry's estimates, let's see, it would drop 10, 20, 30, 40. It would still be over. Oh, price tag on these, by the way, because there's new cards, it is 40 and 50, so it's a little bit more expensive. And so I have the non-foil side of things at 90. When you take away fees and shipping, it brings it down to 64. So that's a breakpoint 3. On the foil side of things, I think it could be a little bit higher because, again, remember, non-foils are going to be available at your LGS and on Amazon at a later date. So there's going to be a lot more of those out in the wild. Whereas foil, we're not going to see as much. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. So I think that was going to be 130 after fees and shipping down to 88. So that's also a break point of 3. That being said, Lowry, what do you give this grade? Teacher Daddy Lowry.
3 new cards. They're solid. They're not awful. I'm going to go with like for this whole drop. If $50 kind of throws me off real quick. So gut reaction was kind of like a B minus, but the $50 makes me not like it as much, so I might drop it down to like a C plus C.
Okay.
Like the new cards are really like you don't know. I don't think Maximus is going to be anything.
So I don't think it's going to be
like much. It almost feels like the popularity of the show is what potentially like boosts it up a little bit. But I think the Ghoul and Lucy have some playability. Spirit Mantle is something.
Yep.
I'll give it maybe not a C. I think I'm happy with a C plus, B minus.
Where this one we're going to be different just because of the value of the first 2, but I had it at A minus. I think those 2 are really good. The Ghoul was a little bit less than I thought originally when I forgot the non. I didn't see the non
for sure.
But the other cards are usable as well. The Spirit Mantle, like we talked about, I don't use that equipment at all. So 3 out of the card in Maximus I don't like as much because I'm not going to build a energy deck, or at least I don't have one.
That's the thing, right? Like it's not a good card unless it's an energy deck. And you've never built an energy deck. And I built one, but killed it within a year.
Yeah. So
like
they still need more energy support. That's basically what it is. Okay, so moving on to the next one, we have Greet the Dog.
You have Dog Meat, Constant Companion, which is really, what's his name? Yoshimaru?
Yep, Yoshimaru. What is it?
Whenever another legendary permanent you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on Dog Meat. I think that's perfect. You have a Doggy Arcane Signet, which is going to be awesome. You have a Doggy Lightning Greaves, totally get it. You have Patchwork Banner, which is this one's from
Bloomborough, yep. That's the only one.
I actually don't have that one. And then you have a Dog Bull Soul Ring.
Dude, this is going to be huge.
Do you not like that one? Because it's like a circle. That feels very much like a Spider-Man belt
what
circle.
I did with that. Yeah, but I like this better because what was Spider-Man's? Why was there even a shine? Like there was nothing shining.
There was sun shining. It was
didn't even make any sense.
It was like a sun flare in a movie.
But there was nothing shining off the damn belt, and it's not going to do a circle like that. Like this one makes sense. It's a bowl and it's a circle, and then you got the dog's face. So I dig this one. Okay. I'm going to be honest. This is one of the best drops they have here, and not because we have these staples that are in here. You have to realize that dogs and cats really drive prices up. Like they
do.
It's pretty crazy how much people. I mean, it's not crazy. It makes sense. We all like our dogs. We like our animals. Crazy. But they really do draw. If you compare it to Yoshimaru, we had the the Secret Lair from like a year and a half ago or whatever that was.
Yeah.
That's an $83 card at this point.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I didn't put it at that, but I have them pretty high for that one. Arcane Signet, we do have the cat and dog Secret Lair. Those are going for $40.47. I didn't put it at that. You know, it's 40 for the non-foil, 47 for the foil. Lightning Greaves, we have the dog one that we had that was in a regular border. That's at 30 to 33, so it's 30 for non-foil, 33 for foil. Patchwork Banner's too new, so we don't have one there. But Patchwork Banner by itself is a $8 to $10 card for foil. So that's in non-foil is about $6 to $8. So that card by itself is up there. And then we had the Flip Cat Dog Secret Lair, which that's a flip card. That was really cool. I like that one better because it's a flip card, but that's a $75 Soul Ring. So this is a big drop. You have, and none of these are bad art. I mean, the Lightning Greaves seem funny, but it is the suit that they wear in Fallout.
Suit,
yeah. So that one's probably my weakest one of the bunch. Like I like the other Lightning Greaves dog one better, but I like this Arcane Signet. I like all the other art in this. So I think this one's going to be probably one of the better drops. It's probably one that I'm going to go deep on when we're talking pricing. Non-foil side of things, we're at $115. And when you take off fees and everything, this one's a regular price one too. It's 30 and 40. Brings you down to 85, so it's a breakpoint too. You just need to buy two of these and the one pays for the other. When you look at the foil side of things, I think that gets up to 160 to 180. When you take away fees is 112, so that's also a breakpoint too. Again, this needs some time. These are going to probably drop really quick in price. You'll probably be able to pick up these if you want certain ones for cheap, but I think this one's one of the better ones that we've seen, where almost every one of these is going to be a $20 plus card over time, you know, because
okay, so what's your grade on it?
A plus.
Yeah. And you know what, I wanted to agree with you if you had a reasonable answer. A plus is really high up there, and you're probably right, but I feel like it's lazy. So I'm gonna hate on it. I'm gonna drop it a grade and say a B plus.
Oh, weak. Why are you saying a B plus? Because they've hit Lightning Greaves like a bunch of times, and they hit Soul Ring a bunch of times.
Yeah, they get into an IP. They're like, okay, what
Soul
other
Ring,
cards should we add
Lightning
beyond
Greaves.
Arcane Signet, Greaves, and Soul Ring
Right.
onto this IP?
Right, I get that. Yep.
So that it's just kind of like, okay,
Yep. Well,
that's just what we're going to get because it's popular.
But I'll give you this with my pricing of what I estimated with stuff. I did not go with those high pricing that I gave you of the other ones that are comparable.
Sure. But they are going to be solid prices for sure. I very much agree with it. I'm just docking them because I'm mad that it's just what it is.
I mean,
I'll at least get a card I don't have with the Patchwork Banner.
Yep.
But questionably, I might not buy this. Just
protest. Is that what you're doing?
No, but like I don't have a Warhammer or a Fallout deck right now. Like if I had a Fallout deck, I'd be more into it. Or if I was going to build it or whatnot. But it's just that was
doggos.
3 years ago at this point.
Well,
maybe 2, 3.
Or are you talking about when those came out?
Yeah.
Sleeping Elephant saying you're hating on animals. Look at you, animal hater.
You know what?
If
I have cats.
If they were kitties, you'd be all about it. You'd be like,
no.
I'll pay double.
No.
But yeah, okay. So I dig this one. This one's one of the best value wise that we've gotten. Yeah. And we have comparables with all of them being in Secret Lairs besides Patchwork Banner. But I think that one's going to be higher. I think that one's going to be higher than what I have estimated here, because I have that one as a $15 to $20 card. I bet you it even gets higher because it only has the one printing. And that's already, wasn't that an uncommon?
Yeah, it's an uncommon.
Uncommon.
Like $8.
Yeah, so it gets used a lot. The reason why I have it is because I have my Elsha deck, and I was doing the anthems, so that's why I picked it up, because I wanted it for that. So, all right, let's keep moving. Next one, we got 2 more to go. This one is called Rad.
Yeah, so you have Ripples of Potential, which is really good, but a reprint killed its pricing value. You have that's the Proliferate and then phase stuff out. You have Mutational Advantage, another really good protection card where permanents with counters on them gain indestructible, and then you proliferate. the Wise Mothman.
And hexproof. Don't forget the hexproof.
Oh yeah, well, whatever. People can read it too. But the Wise Mothman has a really cool new art for it, and that was super popular. Everybody built that. I'm sure everybody had one of those in the deck. You have Mind Crank, which is mill on damage to your opponents, which is fantastic. And then also the Mesmeric Orb. Yep. Whenever you untap something, everybody mills. Like whenever that player untaps something, you mill something. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Yeah. So the Ripples of Potential, we don't have a foil of that because that came in Commander sets, whatever. So this is the first time we're getting that in foil. The Mutation, Advantage, Mothman are only Fallout cards. We did just recently get the Mind Crank, which I will admit I like the Iron Maiden Mind Crank better. But this one's still kind of cool. And then Mesmeric Orb is pretty sweet. But again, we have a lot of good cards in this. I mean, everything is usable. Yeah. The lowest, like Mothman is in 35,000 decks. The thing about Mothman, though, is if you get the special versions of that Mothman, they're $30, $40, $50 cards with the surge foiling. I'm not saying it's getting there, but I think your non-foils is around that $20-$25. Foils might get up to $30-$35. The Orb, Mind Crank, but Mind Crank, we can compare it to the Secret Lairs. Those are $15-$20. I think this one's right there with it.
I mean, Mesmeric Orb right now is a $20 card.
Yes.
Normally.
Yeah, cheapest is $22 at this point. Yeah. So, and that's 108,000 EDH rec decks.
It's one of the best self-mill cards out there. It's so good.
Yeah. And then, what is it? The Mutation Advantage.
I like that one too. This is a really good drop.
Yeah, this is a good drop. So, foil or non-foil side of things, I think we're looking about $85 after fees and shipping. You're down to 60. So that's still a break point too. You're buying two of these, it pays for the other. Mothman is going to really hold you up. Mesmeric Orb is going to hold you up, and then the others are in that 10 to 15 range. When you look at foil side of things, we're at 120 after fees, brings you down to 90. So again, another break point too. So this is a break point too, whereas the last one I felt like all the cards were $20 plus cards. This one has a mix of them, but they're all really good cards. Like these are all cards that you could use. Mothman, you might get caught in, like, if you don't have a Mothman deck, you might not like that, but then just sell that card because then that one's going to be the thing that pays for the whole thing at this point. Because that's really cool art. I love the full art with that. But after giving you all that stuff, Larry, where do you put this one as a grade wise?
So this is my preferred way for them to do Secret Lairs if they're aiming it at
you've said that
Commander players.
I think you're totally 100%.
And it feels like it's been a long time since I've said something like that, so they really haven't done that.
I feel like they've been doing it more because you every now, like, I don't know if it was the last one, but we came across another one. You're like, this
it might have been the
Spider-Man
Spider-Man one.
Yeah, where they theme it to a commander and it fits with everything that's going on.
And as long as they didn't put a shit card in this one, like they're all usable.
Very good point.
And good. The prices might not be there, but like sometimes they just add in, like, I don't know, like just something that's completely unusable. You know, like, oh, that's a shit card.
T45 power armor in that last one.
Maybe, yeah, kind of like that, where they're just adding it in because it's a part of it, but nobody really uses it. To whereas like every card here is highly usable in the Wise Mothman, but also just in other decks as well. So it doesn't have to be for Mothman necessarily. Honestly, I give this one an A.
That's where I had it.
I think they did. This is the most well put together, and Mesmeric Orb is going to be a stud.
Yep, that's a pretty sweet art.
Like they got a stud card, they got a stud commander that people love playing, highly used card, and good card. Yep. Like this is an A drop for me.
Yep, same boat. The exact same thing with this one. So, all right, let's move on to the last one here. And it is Welcome to New Vegas.
All right, you have Tiny Bones, a new printing of that one, which is going to be cool, I guess. I don't know these characters, so that's the part.
I don't either. I haven't
you have a new Ishin, which is the double trigger on attacks.
It's your boy, Ishin.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. And then I don't even know what the next one is. The
It is
custom
the deck
Raven
of
deck?
many things. So it's your fun thing of rolling a D20.
I don't even remember that. Actually, we should go back. Let's say the actual the Fallout names for people that actually like it.
Oh, to all the other.
So Tiny Bones is
That's a good
Benny Platinum Thief,
Yep.
if that means anything to anybody, and Ishin is Joshua Graham Burned Man, and then the I don't know, deck of many things. I don't know what that is. The next one is the Platinum Chip, which is the Cage Sun, which is a usable card. And then the big money card for this one, Sunset Sarsaparilla Machine, which is Nuka-Cola vending machine. And
Yep, that's a big
I'd
dog.
love it for Adam to make a proxy of this thing.
I know. It's
I've already killed two of the decks that needed it.
I know. It's hard because I didn't have like the right. I don't know. I'm making excuses. I got to do it. I got to do it. Tiny Bones and Ishin. If you look at their special versions of those, there is a Final Fantasy special version of Ishin. For Tiny Bones, we do have that Secret Lair that is a non-foil at 25 and 33 for foil. So we got a good idea. It seems weird to have this dude there, the Benny Platinum Thief, because Tiny Bones, you just think of the little skeleton, and this is a dude. I feel like the other one fits in a little bit better. This one just seems weird. But needless to say, like Lowry said, the Nuka-Cola machine is the big guy. The cheapest of that version is a $20 card. So now you're getting a special version of that, full art, all that fun stuff. So I think you're looking at, $30 to $40 when you're talking foil and non-foil. When we break down the price, $85 for the non-foil after fees, down to $60. So just like our last one, actually both the same. It's $120 for the foil side of things. After fees is $90. So again, we have a breakpoint too. I don't know if I like this breakpoint too as much as the last one, because we're really kind of hanging our hat on Nuka-Cola, and then two cards that look very Ishin. This seems fine with the dude with the SWAT thing on and whatever, but Tiny Bones just doesn't feel like it fits with Tiny Bones, so I don't know how well those would do. So I'm not as high on my grade, I'll give you that, but I want to hear what you have to think about, because the other cards, like, you're not going to like the deck of many things. You're not going to use that. Cage Sun,
that's that shit card that they threw in there for no reason.
Cage Sun, I don't have in a deck. I can see people using it, but I haven't put that in a deck.
That's for monocolored decks.
Yeah. And so, we don't play those as much, so I don't play with that one. And then you made your Ishin deck, so I don't have any Ishin, and I don't play Tiny Bones. So there's only
this
one
card.
card.
Is pretty rough and Commander. This I agree on the breakpoint 2 being kind of soft. And I'd give this a B just because they do have a stud card in here with Nuka-Cola vending machine. Like, the other ones are solid. I don't know if it's gonna get me to buy it because they're like that. That's another one of those things. It's just like I only want one from this. Yeah. And then I have to, like, how much am I willing to pay for it? Because when it comes out, it's gonna be a $20 to $30 single. Yeah. And then it's just like I don't really want the other cards. Yep, I agree. I'm about the same boat. I'm at a B plus instead of your B. So just because of the breakpoint too, like there is, I think Nuka-Cola's good. Okay. I think the Commanders, Tiny Bones, I don't know where that's gonna go. I think this is a good Ishin, but I don't know about Tiny Bones. And then the other two are just So, but yeah, overall, okay. So, we do have to do if you had to pick one of these, let me hit that. Which one's the long one? I can't remember. One spec to rule them all. All right, Lowry, you have one spec. You have to pick one of these 5 drops, right? Or is it 4? No, it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 drops. I mean, I think I'm the high.
That one's pretty good. I dig that one. As far as price wise, for me, I just, like I mentioned, it's the Soul Ring one. Like this one's just a no brainer as well. You just have staples, and you add that with dogs and stuff like that. Like I think this one's gonna do really well. So this is one of the better Secret Lair drops. I'm glad that they took away the Monster Hunter one to redo that one, and hopefully they make it like this, like better. Maybe not put Lightning Greaves and Soul Ring and I think Soul Ring was the bonus card actually, so it shouldn't be in it. That's one of the bonuses that we're supposed to get. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. All right. Let us know really quick, or not really quick, but let us know in the comments which one you want to pick up, or if you're picking them all up. If you're just doing the bundle, it's going to go live on Monday. We don't know what the bundles are going to be until that day. But yeah, let us know what you guys are going to grab from this, or if you're going to grab any at all. All right, let's move on to the tournament. Let's just get the results there. So we had, I guess I have the button ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
All right, so we had Soul Ring, the best art of Soul Ring tournament. One of the first times we had 1 and 2. Well, actually, to say 1, 2, 3, and 4 make it into the semifinals, and then 1 and 2 squared off. It was Lowry's #1 overall pick, the Invention Soul Ring, going against my the second overall pick, the OG Soul Ring. I'll tell you this one's close. It's a 55%er. But where did it go? Did it go? Did I finally dethrone you from your winning streak, or do you think you took it and you continue your winning ways at this point?
I think you do take this just because of the nostalgia, and it is so good, but also it's just in more people's hands than Inventions. Like, I think you own it, and that's the only way that I've seen it. Is like you're like, ha ha, and then you're like, hey, you got to see it, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then you just hit it away. And so I do think, especially like a beta, like a darker, richer art that you used in the picture, I think that takes it.
Do I have my
that's where I'm at. I think the old OG got it.
Gotcha. All right, we'll see. Where's my drum roll? There's the drum roll. All right. And the winner, 55%.
Can't believe I lost. I can believe I lost.
I'll tell you this, though. Inventions was leading when there was 60 votes. So the 43 more votes that came in later is what turned it over.
Multiple counts.
Yeah. Yep. Tad, thank you very much. That's what you get, Lowry, for ditching him at pre-release. I'm just kidding.
He's not mad about that. They said that if I was there, I would have dropped the winning percentage of the group. So,
yes. Ouija's saying buying secret layers is easier when they aren't every other week. Agreed.
True.
I'll tell you this. I've had a lot to save since the last secret layer because it's been like 2.5 months, and I'm like, holy shit, what do I spend this money on?
Oh, it feels good.
Yeah,
it feels good.
It's good.
Feeling rich right now.
I actually will say I like every maybe month and a half to 2 months instead of every month or every 3 weeks. It felt like they were doing. I'd like that break of, a month and a half is kind of nice. It gives me time to build back up again.
I'm okay if they do something like every month, not with a secret layer, but secret layer counted set, secret layer set, like, because the sets on top of the secret layers get pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like, it spread it out a little bit.
Yep, I can agree. Well, if I'm saying every month and a half, that kind of fits in because we get a new set every 3 months. So then you're kind of.
It's every month and a half, 2 months now.
Is it every
when it comes to all, like, if it's just the 4, but it's not just the 4
No,
anymore.
you're right. Yeah,
it's fucking 6 now.
Yeah, you're right.
So
it's not the 3.
We got Star Trek at the end of this year, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We are talking. Let me get some of these out of there. Boop and boop. We are talking about Lorwyn Eclipsed. So we are going to be doing our top 10 or Fave 5s. What do you want to start with, Lau? The legends or the cards in the set?
Let's go legends.
Legends. All right. Do you want to start us off then with your
we can. Yeah, I can. I'll avoid what you're probably talking about until the end. Let's see what you pick
trying
there.
to get all comfortable and do this kind of thing and leaning back. I'm gonna have to type. So how this format works is we don't know each other's cards that we picked. So Lowry's picking his, I'm picking mine, and we're just kind of, it doesn't mean it's the best cards for the set, but they're good ones. And so especially when we get to the cards, those more so are ones that we think are the best cards for Commander. But as far as legendaries are concerned, these are the ones we're most excited about. And that's what we want to hear what you guys are most excited about, because there's a few there's less, I noticed, legends in this than what we've been dealing with lately. So I didn't have as much.
What? There's not 40 to choose from?
Yeah.
There was like 12.
Yeah.
Okay. The first pick that I'm going to go with is Doran. Doran besieged by
you fucker.
Something.
You are a fucker. That takes my first one as well.
Are you kidding me? I thought you were going to go.
No, the only
with
reason
what you would actually build.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
The only reason
How about you get that out of the way?
Okay, well, I'll explain why had this one.
Besieged by Time, 1 and a white and a black and a green for an 0/5 tree folk druid. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than the power costs 1 less to cast. And then whenever a creature, you control attacks or blocks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the difference between its power and toughness. The reasons, when I was texting you at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning going, hey, what are you going to pick? What are you going to pick? What are you going to pick?
It's like, I haven't looked yet.
And so I was kind of going like, I really like Doran's angle this time because it's not about defender.
Right.
So you just have a huge swath of cards that you almost have never really looked at as a conglomerate of ideas. Because most of the time when they're doing defender and allowing them to attack or allowing them to do something, and this is allowing the Doran still kind of works in what's going on here, but also just giving a huge boost. You got those white tree folk that are like 2/10s, and so it gets +8/+8. That sounds good. Yeah. I like that. It's almost like a Beastmaster Ascension on the commander a little bit, depending on how you're playing it.
You get the mana reduction for casting as well, which is also very nice.
Yeah. And I don't see, I didn't look at what other really cool cards there could be here. But I think there's some stacks pieces that are just like 1/3s and 1/4s for 2 mana, and you just like fucking make it tough.
Yeah.
I think that can happen. I don't know. Why did you like it? Why was this your number one?
Well, because it fits in my Felithar deck.
Oh. So you just looking at it as a 99?
Yeah, for me it was 99.
Yeah.
Not as commander, but you have a very good point with the nice thing here is you don't have to be, it doesn't need to be a wall deck. Like it's going to fit in my Felithar deck perfectly, but you can build this as just a difference, a big butt in a difference with the attack or your power. And then you're just freaking swinging in. Like Felithar is going to fucking love this because all my walls are they're going to be swinging for so much damage. Like
get a huge boost.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised that it's getting +X/+X and not like +X/+O.
Yeah.
To just bring it up to the power is equal to the toughness, but just that toughness is huge up there too now.
But I think they probably did that so that they can fit in those wall decks, because it is a piece. Doran is like kind of a wall commander, but kind of not in a way.
Right. You had to work really hard to make it like a wall deck.
Yeah.
But I think most people were doing it that way
as well. You built
so
a Doran
I do really
before,
like Doran.
Right?
It is interesting. I just didn't take the time to look through the cards yet and be like, because again, this is a really hard like Scryfall search. It's like there isn't
how do I get a difference
there.
with the attack and the power and toughness? That is a little difficult. Yeah.
Not much there to work with.
This might be what are people doing on EDH Rec for the creatures, because I got to figure out which ones go in there, because it's going to be interesting to find that out. But yeah, no, I dig this one. I think that one's a really cool one. That was the one I was going to pick first, so let me think here for a second. You're fine.
So sorry. So sorry.
I may do one of those flip dudes. Let's do him first. So I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I don't even know how to say this one. Iridu, Carrier of Dawn. Is that? You gotta be ready to hit that button. Carrier of Dawn. So this one is an elemental god. It's 3 colorless, 2 white for a 5/5 flying lifelink. Creature spells you cast have Convoke. And I like this ability that they have on a lot of these creatures, but at the beginning of this one's at the beginning of your first main phase. A lot of them are at the beginning of your upkeep, but this one's beginning of your first main phase. You may pay 1 black. If you do, you transform him. Let's see if I can flip him. So he then turns into a 5/5 flying lifelink. Each other non-token creature you control has persists. And at the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay white, and then you can transform him back. So I like the angle of this one. It gives you protection. I don't know if I want this one as my commander. I like that it's 2 colors because it is the black and the white. But it has 2 different kind of, a lot of things going on. The Convoke, making your stuff, your creatures get out. Then you're like, okay, I got my creatures out. Now I want to flip them over. So now they kind of have protection, pseudo protection with the persist. Or I guess you could build it a deck of sacrificing, once you get enough out and you have sack outlets, boom, you sacrifice them, they come back. There's some angles I guess you could go with being this one with a commander, but I think
in my head, like the Convoke is really nice to get out. Like there are multiple cards at that like 5 and 6 spot CMC that come down and make a bunch of tokens, especially in white, but some in black. And so like you pop them down with like the Convoke, make a bunch of tokens to convoke something else, to make a bunch of tokens to like empty your hand, and then flip it over the next turn, and then sacrifice them to have them come back into play with the persist. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah.
My only turn off with this card was the price tag being over $20.
Oh yeah. So is that where it's at right now? You can go for $7.62.
I'd go for $7. Yeah. I like that a lot. I don't know what the fuck I was seeing Card Kingdom. Jesus.
Maybe it was that version right there.
Nah, they just fucking.
It's Card Kingdom.
That's a beautiful looking card, though.
Yeah, it is. That's kind of crazy looking. I love the box breaking right there. Look at that. Boom, going through the box.
Nobody calls it that. That's my dick's nickname. Box breaker.
All right, teacher.
That's a button right there. It's just stumbling over it.
My dick's a box breaker. Where's the good for you button? I don't have mine up. Let me see it. There it is.
Good. I got you. There we go. You got it.
Or probably better that my kids are saying, good.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
All right. So Lowry, what is gonna be your next pick here?
Good question. I think it's gonna be Abigail.
Okay, I don't have that one on my list. Sweet. What is that one? How do you spell that one?
Abigale.
Gale. Oh
right,
yeah,
so,
you were texting me about this guy.
Yeah. See, that was another one. But that is Orzhov, 1/1 bird bard. Has first strike, flying, and lifelink, and then when it enters, up to 1 other target creature loses all abilities. Put a flying counter, a first strike counter, and a lifelink counter on that creature. In like, it's a really simple card. Like it should be fairly easy to cast. Some good stats there being like flying first strike, lifelink, and giving that ability to somebody too. There's a lot of bad cards out there that you would love to have the ability go away. So like 3 or 4 mana 8/8s or 7/6s that are bad, and then you just take away that ability and give it flying first strike and lifelink.
Like that.
Add a little bit of blank protection in there to reset Abigail and do it to other creatures as you're going along, or work with your like ETB cards as well.
I like that idea because you have that big goat troll thing that you give goats and then people can sacrifice to make them tap and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Boom, take that away, and then he flying first strike, and lifelink. Yeah, that's
right.
pretty
Then he's
crazy.
an 8/8 flying first strike lifelink
That's crazy.
for 5 mana. I mean, that's actually a good card. Like you can go with
Right.
there's like a dinosaur black and 2 colorless. It's like a 7/4 that you have to discard a card at the beginning of your upkeep or something. And so just like 3 mana, 7/4 flying first strike lifelink.
So do you just fill the
No.
deck with just shitty cards by themselves
I
and
think so.
then
I
play
think that's
this
the
and
fun route
flicker?
to go.
I think so. I want you to build this deck. I think that'd be a lot of fun, actually.
Because I have some cards together for a different one, depending on what you pick. But like I kept on running into cards. I was like, oh, I kind of like that for that. Well, that could kinda
And they're
work.
gonna be cheap too if they're
They are
shitty
cheap.
cards. You know,
They're
like
cheap.
you can
This
build
feels very much like Beamtown Bullies,
Right.
where like you're just giving other people bad cards.
I bet
the
you
only
build this
thing that
deck for
kinda-
under $5. Like,
Yeah. This feels yeah. It can very much be like a budget build for sure, and just be a beater. You know, get Veto and Sanguine Bond, so like these you gain 7 life and just drain somebody another 7 with that life link on there. There's definitely some cool things that could be going on. I like what's going on here.
yeah, I like your thought on this. I think this is a really good idea because then you add in like the flicker stuff, which can also be protection in a way. You know, like you use in eerie interlude where it's leaving and coming back and all that stuff, but then at the same time they're coming back and you're doing stuff to yours. So yeah, I like this. I think this one's I actually want you to build this.
Well, put a deck together for me, and then we'll see. Just like the fog deck.
Yeah, that I didn't
You're
build.
not making.
Yeah,
I know
no,
that.
I couldn't do it, man. Like I didn't have a win con. There was like this I could see
You just dirtle. You just don't win.
You just don't. I do what Tad does with his super fog deck that he does, where he doesn't have a chance to win. Although he does win quite a bit. It's just
He does.
He just dirtles with it and then wins. Man, I guess I'll pick the one that I do want to build from the commander deck. So this is the actual, and we talked about it last week, so I won't sit on it for too long. But it is the Auntie whatever Curse Wretched. Like this is the only one out Curse Wretch. Sorry, Wretched. I said. This is the only one out of the set that I'm like, besides the one you just talked about. Like I'm like, oh shit, I didn't think of that angle. I like that a lot. This is the only one that really like sticks out to me a little bit. With the one colorless black, red and green has Ward Blight 2. To Blight 2, a player must put 2 -1/-1 counters on a creature they control. Whenever 1 or more -1/-1 counters are put on a creature, draw a card if you control that creature. If you don't, its controller loses a life. So my thought was, like I mentioned last week, was you could do a mix of persist stuff. So when your creatures come back, they're putting a -1/-1 counter, and you're drawing a card, so you can do self-sacrifice for that. And then also the other angle is being able to put mass amount of counters on everybody's creatures, and then everybody's they're losing 1 life. Whoever's controlling those creatures. There's a lot of things you can do with.
You're gonna get so many triggers when you do that. And that's gonna, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna draw 4 cards, and then you're gonna take a life for each creature that you have, basically.
Yeah.
Like that'll end the game pretty quick,
Yeah.
honestly.
So this one is the one that I might actually build. I have to start looking into it. Out of the whole thing, all the other ones that I have on my list are more so 99s for me, or they fit in other decks. So, or they're cool cards, I think. So that's where I'm at with this one. So I might as well get this one out. Is this the one that you were talking about? If I wasn't going to build, this is the one that you liked?
No, well, okay, so I was gonna have both choices.
Okay, so
So
yeah,
I'll talk about
the
the next one
okay,
right
the
now.
Scarecrow one.
I just didn't know which way you were gonna go, if you were going to go either way, and I'll still leave it open. But the biggest thing is just like, we both have a bunch of these cards that have skyrocketed in price,
Yeah.
and I don't want to just have them do nothing. Like, I want to do one of these, and you can do the other one. It might suck for the play group for a time when we're excited about it being new, and we're both running -1/-1 counters, but I think it'll be fine. Like, the biggest thing is just like making sure that I can make the Reaper different enough as well.
Is it the Reaper? Is that his
The
name?
Reaper. King No More.
I've just did this easier. There he is.
So that is a black, red, and green and or hybrid 2 for each of those, which does make it CMC 6 in the command zone, by the way. But it's a 3/3 scarecrow. When it comes into play, put a 1/1 counter on up to 2 target creatures. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with a -1/-1 counter on it dies, you may put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Do this only once each turn. So like, this is what I was pulling cards for, kind of both, because they are going to be similar, but I need to make sure that things are. So really what I'm going to be hoping for is not the mass -1/-1 counters on everything, to differentiate between yours and mine, because I know that's what you're going to be doing. That's fine. And so this is much more of like trying to be able to control somebody's board,
Kill
and
off
try
their
and kill people's stuff like once a turn, and make sure that people have -1/-1 counters on it. There might be like a little bit of a discard theme, because there's like an assassin that you can pay 1 when you discard a card to put a -1/-1 counter on something. So it's definitely going to be a harder deck. And also I don't think it's gonna be a lot harder to kill creatures with -1/-1 counters.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was going for, and this might be something that you probably won't do, but I was kind of going like, if I'm going mass -1/-1 counters, also have creatures that add +1/+1 counters to them, like Hydras. So even though they get knocked down a little bit, there isn't actually any -1/-1 counters on them at the end, and they just kind of go away, and you just have creatures that keep on getting bigger and bigger.
Wait, explain that again.
So the Haunt of Hightower.
Yeah.
So something like that.
Yeah.
So like you put a -1/-1 counter on it, you would still get the trigger of your Bogart.
Oh, okay.
But then they would go away because there's already +1/+1 counters on it.
I thought you were saying
and then
for
they would
this
slowly
guy,
just
but you're
continually
saying-
grow anyway. You're not losing your board.
Yeah.
There's definitely a bunch of the Minotaur, that changeling that gets 1/1 counters on it when everybody plays spells and stuff like that. So that I was leaning towards that, but I don't think it works here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is like, how does that work with this guy? But you were talking about for the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think with this one also, I might try and go for like an Avatar of Woe, so that I can tap it and
That's what I was
destroy
gonna say
something
is
with a -1/-1
You just
counter
need to
on
get
it.
one -1/-1 counter, and then you just destroy it. Like,
Yeah.
this is where I can see, spot removal creature wise works really well, because you just get that one. You don't need to get it all the way down to 0. You just get that -1/-1 counter and then kill it somehow.
Then you try it. Yeah. It feels a little bit like there's a lot of work going on, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, I dig it. All right. That was your third one.
Yeah.
What do I want to do? I think this one's good. I think it's a good commander, but I don't know if I want to build it, but I might as well get it on there. What is it? High perfect. What is that? High perfect merchant is what I have. Perfect. Morcant. High perfect Morcant. Is that how you say that? 2 colors, a black and a green elf noble. It's a 4/4. Whenever it or another elf you control enters, each opponent blights 1, which means they got to put a -1/-1 counter on a creature they control. You can tap 3 untapped elves you control and proliferate. So this is an elf deck. This is going to be very oppressive because it isn't non-token. So it's anytime an elf you control enters. So if you can do the token elves, boom, you're doing -1/-1 counters. And it's each opponent, and then tapping elves to proliferate. Like, I think this is why I don't want to build this as a commander. I think is a very strong commander for elves, it might take the cake for one of the top elf commanders because it's just going to control the board. Like this is going to be insane, you know, because you can only
you just spam elves, remove everybody's stuff.
Yep.
Proliferate,
and
then you're just winning the game in a few turns with your army.
So it's strong, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to play it, but I did want to point it out as I think this one's a pretty good commander.
Isn't that always the problem with like an elf deck a little bit of just like, okay, I'm going to play a lot of elves. What's the bonus?
Well, remember,
like how
right.
How am I winning? That's my commander. Sweet.
And I think that's one of we're scarred from with Jake's elf deck was just that, you know, spam elves and control the board. And then it was that deck. And then it was the wizard deck to spam wizards and counter everything. So it was just, yeah, I think we have some scars, some deep scars, Lowry, on this, but it's very strong. I mean, the only downside is you can only activate the proliferate as a sorcery, but you're doing this on your turn and wiping their board, and they have nothing to do. So
it's not like green can't untap other creatures anyway.
I think the fact that they make each opponent blight 1 is crazy. Like I think it should have been choose an opponent. You know, like it's not. Each opponent blights 1, so it's just boom. They're hitting a lot of stuff. So I don't know. This one seems crazy, but it probably fits well in our decks. Like the one you just talked about with the Reaper. Like because you need elves for it to trigger, so that really wouldn't.
I mean, that's a good consistent way to do it though too. That it's a super good point of what you're saying. So it's just kind of like. What I was saying before is just like, if I'm not doing like mass -1/-1 counters on everything, it is going to be slim pickings a little bit. So like, because the other ideas that I was having was like, have a bit of a sacrifice bit to it. So like, I could sacrifice the Reaper and then have it come back to get the -1/-1 counters and then like re-trigger the once per turn because it's a different permanent. It's going to be tough. And so if you throw in a strong elf partition for it, like just what's going on, that there could be a lot more movement for that.
Could be
so yeah, not a bad idea. Yeah. I would agree with that.
All right, Lowry, next one. Let's see. That's me. So we're on number 4. Yes.
Kirol?
What is
Kirol?
Was it KIROL, comma attentive first year 1 and a Boros 3/3 vampire cleric. Tap 2 untap creatures you control. Copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Activate only once each turn. That feels really good where you're able to tap 2 creatures to copy a triggered ability. Like ETBs are triggered abilities, attack triggers are triggered abilities. There's a lot of triggers, and it doesn't copy target triggered ability you control. It's not looking for a creature, can be just any triggered ability. You're gone. Nope. Shit. Nope. We're not even an hour and a half into this. Oh, something's falling now. Oh, I heard noise. I hear noise. Yeah, there it goes. Hang on a second.
What happened?
Okay, hang on.
All right, get it. Make sure you got everything back.
All right. So I got to make sure that the recording's still going, and now I'm recording again. Okay, that's back.
All right.
So you're gonna have to fix that.
Give me a clap. 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
You know how much of a pain in the ass that has been? I lose an hour trying to line this shit back up.
Oh, damn it. Get out of there. Stop it. All right. Now everything's back to normal. Get my sound bar back. I don't know what happened there. Like it does this that time it was the mic just went boop. Normally when the pop happens, I can't hear you. I could hear you perfectly. That time it was just the mic was gone. And so when it does that next time, I just know I just need to unplug the mic and plug it back in is all I needed to do there. And it wasn't the soundboard, it was the mic itself. So anyways, yeah, back to that. The copying the triggers, making copies.
Making copies. Yeah, I mean, there's just a ton of triggers that are happening under yourself. Being able to just tap 2 untapped creatures you control is pretty sweet. It doesn't say sorcery speed. Highlight of each show. Thanks. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said about our technical issues.
Technical issues are the highlight of the show. Thank you.
Next time I go to my doctor, this is gonna be my complaint. The technical issues on my podcast. And they're like, oh yeah, what's wrong? No. But just being able to copy any trigger, get more of what you're already doing, you're probably gonna like it. It seems like an easy fit. It is a vampire, so if that is relevant. I also don't understand the first year part. Like it's in school. Vampire's not really on Lorwyn either. So is this like a Strixhaven thing where they're floating around? Because Abigail, I think, is a student of some type as well.
I want to hit the nerd button, and I don't think I have it. You're the one that has the nerd button.
It's so loud. Nerd.
Yeah. I don't have my nerd button. No, you're the only one with the nerd button.
Good. That's all I'm saying. This is definitely a 99 for me.
Hello,
rather than like the commander. So
yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
What are you gonna do for your number 4?
Number 4. What is that one? Oh, that one seems interesting. Yeah, let's try that one. Tam Mindful. Oh, wait. Oh, it's a first year as well. I didn't. Tam Mindful first year.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting too.
Yeah, so it's a 1 and hybrid green or blue. It's a Gorgon wizard. 2/2. Each other creature you control has hexproof from each of its colors. And then target creature you control becomes all colors until end of turn. So that's just a little protection there. So you can protect itself. You can protect whatever creature you want and it makes them unblockable. Or protection. Yeah. No. Hexproof. Can't be targeted. Sorry. I was thinking protection. But you could protect it from, what am I trying to say? Not mass removal. There we go. Damage. It was like not mass.
Damage still kills it.
Yeah.
It's not protection.
Yeah.
You know what? I agreed. Like I was like, oh, this is an interesting card. I wish it was
protection
5 colors itself.
Oh, yeah.
So that you could build a weird ass conglomeration of decks. But maybe that just makes it like a good thing deck. I don't know.
Yeah, and then how would you even get that 5 colors in it? Like, would it be in the text? Because you don't want it to be 5 CMC. I don't know. It just seemed like an interesting way to protect stuff if you're playing in a green-blue deck. It'd been nice if it was a changeling, because then it really fits in tribal stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
But
not sure why it's a Gorgon.
Yeah,
Gorgonzola.
Because aren't they normally black Gorgons?
They are.
Yeah, so it's weird that it's blue and green. So
it is.
Yeah. All right. Your last pick, Larry.
Also, I don't.
What?
Maybe Gorgons on Lorwyn, but I don't really remember them there either.
I don't either.
All right. My last one's just going to be Ashling the Limitless. Same thing from the pre-con that I talked about. Don't need to go into too much detail. Still didn't look through the elementals, but if I got to fill out a 5th, this would end up being it. I like to pay for to evoke something, but you want your stuff to have ETBs in this deck for sure. So elemental ETB.deck.
Dig it. I guess my last one. Shit. I either have Rigid Clachan's Heart.
Okay.
Or Rise the Evermore. I don't know which one. I have my notes next to them. The Rise the
I
Evermore.
always called it Reese. But yeah, I probably looked at Reese a little bit more.
So that one is has flash. When it enters, it's a one colorless, one white elf warrior 2/2. When it enters, another target creature you control gains persistence on a turn. Then you can tap 1 white to remove any number of counters from target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So I think that's interesting because you can keep having that persist. Well, it is only when it enters. Maybe that isn't as good as I was thinking. Gains persist, but you do remove counters. So if you do have persist stuff going on and being able to sack stuff, that's kind of nice. See, that's what I was saying is like this one this set I didn't have like where I was like, oh, I don't know which commander I'm going to build. This one I just had a tough time. There's a lot of 99 stuff. Now let me look. I want to look at the other one that I had on my list because maybe this one isn't the one that I want.
It wasn't. Oh yeah, Brigade like on the other side was just tap for a bunch of mana.
Yeah, so I thought this one was interesting. It's Brigade Clachan's Heart. Clachan's Heart. 2 colors, 1 white.
Give me a second.
Oh, good.
No, that was wrong.
There we go. Thank you.
You can't even read.
So it's a Kithkin Warrior 3/2. When it enters or transforms, you create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1. If you do, you can transform it. And then on the backside, you can tap it, add X green or X white, where X is the number of creatures you control. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 to flip it back over. So the interesting thing is if you're flipping it, it comes in, it gets a 1/1, and it's a creature by itself. And then if you flip it, it also gets a creature. So you have 3 creatures out at least, right? Any number of other creatures. So 2 really is what you're dealing with. So right away, if you don't get any other creatures, it taps for 2. But if tapping for as many creatures you have is really nice. And if you wanted to, you can keep flipping this guy back and forth and keep making more and more creatures because each time it flips, when it flips from the white to the green, you get a creature with it. So I just thought this one was kind of interesting.
I would assume that once you flip it for the mana, you're not trying to flip it back.
Yeah.
Like it's just so much more powerful when you're making a bunch of mana, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
So unless you're really far behind,
right? You need to get it flipped, so you flip it 1 turn, then the next turn you flip it back. But you go that's 3 turns, to get it boop boop boop,
right? And
get its mana up just 1 for that. But being able to tap for as many creatures as you have, that's pretty
which
good.
one you want? You want Brigid or do you want?
I'll do
Reese?
Brigid because it is a Gaia's Cradle. It's a Gaia's Cradle on a stick, kind of. So this one. Again, my Black Panther will like. Maybe this is what kind of gets my Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah.
I like having these similar abilities. You got to work for it. And that one just has hair apparent stuff. So
super great.
super excited for that. That's awesome. Okay, that was our top commanders. And I'm not saying there just wasn't ones that drew me in to build for this set. I think the set has some really cool cards in it. But as far as commanders, I was lacking ones that were getting the juices flowing for me at least.
Oh, so there's
Flicker would work too. Yeah.
I have 3 on the docket at this point. I don't know if I'll do them. Doran seems like the hardest to do, but I still feel like it'd be really cool.
I like your other one. That one seems fun now that you've talked about it. I'm like, ooh, just get garbage creatures that are cheap and then you can freaking just.
No, I love it when you tell me I should make bad decks. That's what it feels like.
And then it gives us a chance to beat you, Lowry. It gives us a chance, and
so I think it's interesting. There's a couple. I'll definitely do a -1/-1 deck, and either way there.
Yep.
So I mean, some of them are fun. One of the things that I thought was kind of interesting is that they didn't really have like kindred decks other than like the Mordekant. Like I felt like there would have been a lot more than that. I guess there was a fairy one. but that was just a theft deck off the top.
You were, when we knew this set was coming, you were excited that you were hoping we'd get some Kithkin stuff going. I mean, we got Kithkins, but no, like, oh, it's a Kithkin commander, you know, like
Right.
there was nothing like that, or multiple Kithkin commanders. We didn't really even get one, you know. So, I agree. Yeah, but tribe wise, it didn't hit. Okay.
Other than that, the other thing that was interesting, I think I saw a video on this, is like in every set up until this one, there has always been a card that cared about +1/+1 counters.
Oh, really?
And there is none of that in this set. This is only negative
-1
counters.
-1. Interesting.
So that's an interesting bit, because they didn't want to, because the ruling there is basically like once it gets on there, if you have a +1/+1 counter on there, then they
Just cancel each
disappear,
other.
and they probably just didn't want to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah.
And I get it, but it is what it is.
All right, let's move on to our Fave 5 for cards here. We'll kind of go quickish here so we don't hit over
That was a 2-hour episode.
I guess since you started that first one,
No,
commander.
you did.
What are you talking
Did I?
about? You
Yeah, I did.
You,
I
you
did do Doran.
chose
All right.
Doran. Oh, bastard.
Duran.
What do I want to hit here?
You do.
This one, we're not doing this in order when we do our Fave 5s. We're just kind of picking. But I am going to hit one that I feel like you might take.
We're just
I might get that
picking
one
on
up.
each other.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with Soul Immolation. Immolation. Did you have that one on there?
I don't know. I just take screenshots.
It's the one that's like Chandra's Ignition, but it's the opposite.
Oh yeah, like I don't understand this art. Why does my brain is not comprehending it? Looks like
Yeah, there is a lot going on there. Is there another art for this
it's very
one?
bloody.
There. Does that help? All right.
Yeah.
So this one is 2 red and 3 colors. Isn't that what Chandra's Ignition is too? It's 2 red and 3 colors as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a sorcery as an additional cost to the cast this Blight X, which is putting X -1/-1 counters on it on a creature. X can't be greater than the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Then it deals X damage to each opponent and each creature they control. So it's kind of like a Chandra's Ignition, except for Chandra's keeps one of your biggest creatures alive and kills everything else, where this is like kill your biggest creature, wipe the rest of the board, and do all the damage to everybody else. Now you're all your other creatures. So I think this one is more so like you use Chandra's in a Voltron style kind of deck, whereas this one is like you put it in a deck that you have a lot of creatures in and maybe you have some bigger ones in, and you wipe everybody else's stuff and then swing in with all the other creatures you have left over. So I like this one because we both like Chandra's. You were using Chandra's before I was using Chandra's. Feather was brutal with that deck or with that card in there. I started using Chandra's in a lot of decks and I really, really like it. I think this one's going to be a 1A, 1B type thing. But like I said, I think it more fits in decks that you have a lot of creatures in them, but you don't want it in a 1/1 weakling counter deck. You know, you want this where you actually have
then
a
you're
mix
just
of
giving up everything.
Yeah.
I think I don't see this as a 1A, 1B situation. I think Chandra's Ignition is just
better.
One of the reasons is like a little bit like you're saying is I do think you want a little bit more of a board than Chandra's Ignition. Chandra's Ignition can just be big creature next turn, Chandra's Ignition kind of win. Also like working with Infect or Lifelink and like all that kind of stuff. Whereas this is like, I think you need a bit more of a board. There's no guarantee that I think there's a gap.
Okay.
How about that?
Well,
I think Chandra's Ignition is definitely one.
Can I point this out
there's
really
getting to
quick?
be stuff.
It says X can't be greater than the greatest number among creatures you control, right?
Of toughness, yeah.
It doesn't mean you put that on that creature. You could put it on a 1/1 creature. Am I right? How does that work? Because -1, -1 is
that's an
different than
interesting
damage.
thing. So yeah, you just basically say all of your toughness, but put it on one creature.
Yeah, you go, okay, I got my 10/10 here, but I'm putting -10, -10 on my 1/1, doing 10 damage to everybody and all their creatures.
Yeah, if that's the case, then it is a lot better. That's pretty good then at that point, for sure.
Because I originally was reading it as putting it on that creature, but it just says that it just can't be greater than the toughness among creatures you control. So the reason with that wording makes me feel you can put it on something else and you would still get those triggers from the -10, because you can get things way more negative. You know, it's all going on at once.
You're right.
So yeah, you can just pick out something and then boom, you keep your big guy alive, kill off one of your little 1/1 dudes, and everybody else is taking 10 damage. Like that.
I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, that's a pretty good card for sure.
Yeah. So
it's basically sacrifice one of your creatures.
Yeah. And
just aim to get every. Yeah. No, that's a good one for sure.
All right. What is your first one?
I mean, I feel like everybody's talking about this one, and I think we should talk about this one. Hexing Squelcher.
I didn't put that one on my list.
Are you really?
Yeah.
This is like the most hyped card out of anything.
Hexing. Oh, yeah. No, because it's the counter stuff, dude. It doesn't fit with what we do.
It's not just counters, though.
I know. It's the pain.
All your other creatures get ward, pay 2 life.
I know.
It is protection in red.
It's protection, but yeah, I get it. I get it. It just doesn't fit with us as well.
No. I think the ward still, it just says your creatures can't be targeted unless they want to add 2 life onto that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty good. I understand that it can't be countered.
I'm not saying it's bad. That's just why I didn't pick it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm also saying that goblins are a very relevant creature type. I do think this
all are fair arguments. I didn't because of
you didn't pick it because half the card doesn't really matter for us. But I look at this and I think this is a protection spell in red decks and red black decks, and probably red white decks.
Do you think ward paying 2 life is better than ward 1?
Yes.
You do? In Commander? Because
yeah, ward 1 is not very good.
Yeah, but you're talking about spot removal.
Yeah.
Like the most that's going to really happen is it's not going to be spot removal, spot removal, spot removal. Like when that happens, normally it's mass removal if you're talking about all your creatures. So like where's the equivalent? Like ward 2 is
ward
the same
doesn't matter if it's a wrath either.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I would say ward 2 is probably better than pay 2 life.
Okay.
But like ward 1 probably doesn't deter much of anybody.
I guess what I'm thinking about this is I'm like shock lands. Like I'm like shock lands are nothing, you know? Like it's just I want an untapped shock lands, you know, fetch lands, all that stuff. So that's why for me the ward was like, Commander, we have 40 life. This is easier. It's still taking their life away when they're spot removaling, you know, but we see a lot of mass removal more than spot removal in our play group, I guess.
How about this? This is probably where I was thinking about it. And I think I'm wrong with adding white in there, but I think this is probably the best protection in red and probably the best protection in black. And so like in a mono red or a Rakdos deck, this is probably your best protection spell.
Okay.
That isn't an artifact. And so anything beyond that, I think white has enough, I think blue has enough, and I think green has enough of protection to whereas I'm probably not adding this if it's not like a goblin deck. But I think you have a very good point in that it's probably overhyped, especially for us in my head. But I do think it's very playable in those Rakdos decks for us.
I bet you CDH likes this a lot too because there is a lot of the spot removal stuff. You know, they don't do as much mass, I don't think. You know, it's more of that too.
I would agree with that. But as you were saying earlier, just like who cares about the 2 life? If you can do it, you probably just do it because there's a lot of combo or you're just trying to overrun everything. Like,
yeah, that's a good point. I get why it's like
it's going to be in my top 5. I probably shouldn't have said it first. I think. How about this? Also, you have talked me out of it being. It is probably the most hyped card, and it is overhyped.
Yeah, it is very up there. What is it? How much is it going for right now?
Is it 20, 30?
Oh, 30.
$30?
$30 card.
I might here's the crazy thing. I'll be happy and I'd probably buy it if it's in that like $7 to $8 range.
Do you think
I'm
it
not
gets
going to
down
buy
that?
it at anything over 15.
Yeah,
Unless it just comes out and blows me away, but like this is a little bit like a sideboard card. I think it's better than a sideboard card, but
yeah, because I'm thinking like, what deck would I put this in? And I just don't know if I would, because we just don't play it. Like if there were more counter spells in our meta, then I would be like, yeah, this is fucking, I want this, you know, because that's what we were picking for the longest time. You know, early on in the podcast, it's like, oh, I love the can't be counter. And it's like, we don't have that happen very often. I mean, it does, but it's not as often as it. That's why Cavern of Souls doesn't matter to me as much anymore. I always end up forgetting about it because we don't have the counters as much.
yeah. But also
protection
at the
is
same
nice.
time, I think a lot of the community has the same reaction to counter spells like we have, to whereas you just fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And I don't like, how often is it really happening in a game? Maybe twice. Like if you're in a very counterspell heavy meta, like how many, and they're really just trying to aim for your big spells. And so you are adding some protection there, which is nice. But unless you're against like a Barrel deck where you're just like counterspell, 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 it's just not all the time.
Yep.
So you're right, but I still think we had to talk about it.
Yep. No,
How about
I
that?
agree. I'm glad you got it on the list there. I'm gonna do one that seems pretty fun. It might not be the best card, but I think this one could be interesting, and I think some broken stuff could happen with this one. But it's Mirror Form. So this is an instant. It's 4 colorless, 2 blue. Each non-land permanent you control becomes a copy of target non-aura permanent. Like, there's a lot of things that you can do with this. Like, it's funny it does the non-aura, but I guess because that makes sense, because then you're turning it into an aura and it's not on a creature, then it kind of would just fall off and go into the graveyard.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's doing there. But I mean, like a planeswalker, like you could be like, boom, all my non-land permanents turn into planeswalkers. Like there's a lot of things that you could pick, or
No, not a walker. They'd all go away.
oh yeah, they're the same. That's a good point. You're a good point. Unless it has the
And
the
you can't, so
legendary
you
rule.
can't do a legend. So by omission, you can't do legends.
Unless you had the other stuff out. But yes,
Yeah.
no legends. But I mean, there's a lot of enchantments you could do. There's a lot of there's some things that you could. I bet you they're gonna find some broken stuff. The fact that it's an instant, this feels like it should be a sorcery, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know why.
That's super interesting because it's not until end of turn.
Oh my,
Non-land permanent control becomes a copy of target non-aura permanent.
that is.
That's
I didn't
really
catch
interesting.
that. Is there a ruling on? Nope, no ruling on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it just stays. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even think of it that way. I was thinking it was till end of turn. Well, that gets crazy.
So somebody goes to Wrath and you're like, I'm just going to turn all of my non-land, non-aura permanents into Ghostly Prison.
Yeah.
So none of your creatures go away because they're all just turning into a,
Yeah.
and then nobody can attack
Yeah.
you unless they want to do pay 10 per creature or whatever. Like,
Right.
that seems interesting. That's a really interesting card.
Yeah, and it seems like it would be a sorcery type card, but the fact that it's instant makes it that much cooler. So, and the fact that you pointed that out, that isn't till end of turn.
This is a different kind of card. I dig it. I'm glad that you
What is
said
the-
this one
What is
because
the
that's
price at? It's only $6.
what are you doing with this? So like, is it an enchantment or an artifact that just like is really good
Yeah, that would.
that you're just naturally playing, like turning everything into a Smothering Tithe or a Ristic Study? Like, how bonkers does that sound?
It seems insane.
And
Yeah,
so now it feels like if you're running some good enchantments, like, and you can just turn it into that
Yeah,
off of some sort of removal.
This one seems like it's gonna be. There's gonna be some crazy stuff that happens with this guy.
here's a little bit of a downfall here is that you don't get to choose.
Yep, that's
It's
one
just
thing. Is
all of it.
everything changes. And
Yeah.
and I think what you were saying there is if you're getting a wrath happen, it's like, well, do I lose everything or do I just change it into this thing? You know, like
Yeah.
it just comes to that. I think if it had you choose, that'd be really broken. But the fact that you just have to change everything into one thing, yeah. This one's gonna be.
It's an interesting one.
Think of this: you're attacking with your big fatty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does their, your big fatty and a bunch of other little creatures, right? Everybody does their blocks. The fact that it's at instant speed is then you go boom. Now everything turns in that big fat. I mean, this could be a game winner in a way if you're doing it that way. You know, your 10-10 trampler or 10 whatever. You know, something that just you turn everything into that and it just stays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's crazy. Good catch on that it doesn't go until end of turn.
Yeah, that's weird. It doesn't. How about this? I agree with you that it's weird that it's not a sorcery. Because it does, it's a reactionary card to save your cards off of some sort of wrath.
Yep.
Yeah, turn everything into a Blightsteel Colossus.
Colossus.
Great, awesome. That sounds fantastic. God damn it.
Yeah. This one's gonna be. I am way more intrigued after you pointing that whole stuff out. Now I'm like, I want to play with this card.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what is your next one on the list here, buddy?
This is a little bit lower down on the list, but I'm sure everybody's gonna see this shit. But no, I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to talk about this because it's a trap card for us. Maybe not. Maybe it's honorable mention. All right, let's go. Chronicle of Victory.
Ooh, I was debating picking that or this one.
All right.
I like that one.
Chronicles.
Is it
Remember
with
that?
an S?
Remember that one?
Oh, you mean the set? That's terrible.
No. There was the
the
Andy Samberg
movie?
on SNL where he's like the
Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah.
All right. 6-mana artifact. When it ETBs, choose a creature type, and then creatures you control the chosen type gets +2/+2 first strike and trample. And then whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card. I like this one. I normally really don't like these kind of cards because they feel too late. But this feels good. If you have a horde of whatever creature type you have down, they all get +2/+2 first strike and trample.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody wipes the board, you get to come back. Like you just have one in your hand, you cast it, you draw a card, and you kind of go off in that regard. Like I like both ends of this. And I don't hate the cost. It's obviously it'd be better if it was less, but I do think 6 is reasonable for this.
Yeah. 2/2.
So
first
I think it's
trample.
pretty simple, straightforward. I think it fits in a lot of Kindred style decks.
Yep. In fact, as an artifact, it's going to fit in a lot of those decks for sure.
Like there's that banner card from I don't even remember where it is, but it's 5-mana artifact, gives the creature type +1/+1, and then you draw a card. Like that one's horseshit compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
For 1 more mana, I think I just play this over that every time.
Yep, I dig this one. I was
Okay.
like I said, I was gonna pick that one. And I chose the other to start with. I mean, I feel like I have to pick this one because it is. I have been playing its counterpart a lot lately. And it is one of the more expensive ones, but it's the Bitter Blossom, dude. But it's the Bitter Bloom.
This was gonna be my warning.
Your what?
The warning.
The warning, don't get in at this price.
Well, we'll just talk about it. That's fine.
So Bitter Bloom Barrier is 2 black for a 1/1 flying flash fairy rogue, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and get a 1/1 blue and black fairy creature token. So it's our Bitter Blossom, but on a creature. So easier to remove, but you can do the flash So you can pay it right before your turn starts. Boom, you get your first trigger off of it. So you at least get your one fairy in. But Bitter Blossom, it's an enchantment. It's a lot harder to get rid of. At least this one,
easier to cast on that regard too.
Yeah, because it's one colorless, one black. This one's a double black, so it's a little bit tougher. I don't say get in at the price that it's at, which is $26. I think Bitter Blossom's down to around that range, if not.
It's about $20 right now. I think.
Little lower, but yeah. So if you're playing Bitter Blossom, you're probably playing this as well. Yeah. And I have been playing Bitter Blossom a little bit more as of late. I was not playing Bitter Blossom for the longest time. Maybe because I didn't have it, and then I just didn't have a deck that it fit in. But lately I've been having a couple more. So this will pop in a few of my decks, and I think that's why I like this one. Because it does have a home in a couple decks. So that's where's your warning on this? Is that
my warning was going to be the price. I think this is going to be a highly played standard card. It's not going to be worth the price tag of $20+ that it is going to be in standard for at least the next year, if not two. And Bitter Blossom probably doesn't really deserve the price tag that it still has.
Right.
For us. But unfortunately, it's been around long enough. Like, sometimes you just bite the bullet for a card that's good enough. Like this, you're right. I totally agree. If you're playing Bitter Blossom in a deck, you're probably just going to go play this as well. So I like the card, just not the price.
Yep, agreed. All right, Larry, your third pick.
Okay. There was another one. I probably like that almost better. All right. I'm not going to find it. I'm going to go with Mutable Explorer.
Oh, nice. That was on my list too. Mutable.
Is it? Okay. So 2 and a green for a 1/1 shape or changeling coming into play. And when it ETBs, you create a Mutavault token, which is the land Mutavault. So if you got a lot of those hanging around, you just have a token of it. Like that, you just $10 cards.
Yeah,
I'm like 10 deep on this. But yeah, that's really cool. We just did our list of best man lands. Mutavault was on there.
Yep.
And now it's on a flickerable creature.
That's a fair point too.
Or a populate for the token, or like it's bringing in a land. I love the token lands.
3-drop ramp is good, and you're getting colorless, but you're getting a land off of a creature. Like you mentioned, if you can flicker this, that's a very good point on that. You get more than one, or populate. Like I like this one a lot. What is it? Wood elves? Are they? Is that 1 green and 1 colorless, or is that 1 green and 2 colorless?
No, it's green and 2 colorless.
Yeah, and you get to go get
same
a forest.
Thing with Fairhaven Elf, and like this is totally on par. But those things come into play. Well, Fairhaven Elf is into play tapped, and that's a basic land.
Woodland Elves is a forest, so you can go get you can get a dual land with that one.
Yeah, and that comes into play untapped.
Yeah, but this is right there.
And a shape being a changeling allows it to go in a lot of different decks. The biggest difference I think between the two is that this is rare and those are commons. But creating a land that can be a creature and is also itself a changeling, I think it's really, really cool. So I dig it quite a bit.
All right. Do I go? Bill from Woodbury. Sofa King good. He said it's Sofa King good. Sorry.
Another SNL reference. I like it.
Sofa King. I don't know if I want to hit. I don't. There's the one it's expensive and it's a tutor type of guy, but I like the untapped part of that one. I might have to say it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Formidable.
I think I didn't put it on my list for that same reason of the tutoring,
but I like the untapped part, and I'll get that one just because So it's Formidable Speaker. It's 2 colors, 1 green, Elf Druid. What is its price? I do want to see that. This is a $16 card. There's no way this stays there. But when this creature enters, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. We don't like that part. It's good. Don't get me wrong. We just don't like to tutor unless it makes sense with fit in the theme of the deck.
I mean, it goes in your hand. It's not.
Yeah. It doesn't go into play, but you get to go get any creature or any. Yeah, it's a creature, right? Yep, creature card. But you don't have to discard a creature. You just discard a card. Yeah, so you could get rid of a land. But I like the tap 1 and tap it, untap another target permanent. I dig that because it isn't untap a creature; it's a permanent. So there's more things that you can use this for, and so that's where I'm like, this could be a card that I play in decks because of that untap another target permanent. It's not so specific that it's just a creatures, and so that's why I had it on my list, not because of the tutoring part. Because I don't like.
Because you want to cheat.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. Because there are like 3 manas on par for untapping stuff. The paying the 1 is the part that's actually expensive. I mean, it has good ass in comparison to the a lot of 2/2s for 3 in blue that allow you to untap permanents. Kyora's Follower is probably my favorite that does that, but it's green blue. So yeah, the tutor part, it's gonna be a good card.
Yep. Your 4th pick. So 2 more for you, 1 more for me. I gotta figure out what I want here, so we'll see what you get here.
I'm gonna go with the new Eerie Interlude with Morning Tide's Light.
That was my next one.
We're right there. 3 colorless and a white sorcery. Exile any number of target creatures not just yours.
Oops.
At the beginning of the next end step, return those cards to the battlefield tapped under their owner's controls. Until your next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. Exile Morning Tide's Light.
That's pretty
okay.
sweet.
So number 1, like being able to get rid of other people's creatures is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it's great in a regard of like, I want to save X, Y, and Z on my side, and I want to be able to get rid of X, Y, and Z so it doesn't go too crazy. Next end step. So at the end of your turn,
right,
things are going to come back a little bit. But if you're not losing life, the things come into play tapped.
There's a lot of things you can do with this. Like this could be a game winner. Like exile everybody else's creatures, you swing in and kill them.
Yeah.
This
is what we really liked about that, like blue. What do you play with?
The mist
from Kamigawa, Neon Kamigawa.
Yeah, what is it? Mist? No, it's what is it? Something mist. God dang it. Beer brain right now.
It doesn't matter. But it's when you can choose to be able to help yours.
March of the Swirly Mist. March of the Swirly Mist.
Yeah, March. Yep. Hashtag Team Force Walk. Thank you, Cole. Thank you. I appreciate it. An hour and a half into the podcast. 2 hours. Holy shit.
The fuck out.
All right. I like it. Exile any number of target creatures you're targeting. That can be good or bad. Like, I think it's a very flexible card. I don't like that it's not an instant. Clearly, instants are just always better than a sorcery,
because you can't use it as a protection spell.
Yeah,
but
that I think is the biggest downfall.
It does give you the ETB stuff. So if you're playing an ETB deck, so like my Duke deck's gonna like this. The fact that it prevents all damage to you until your next turn, fantastic. Like you said, or we were talking about getting rid of all their creatures so you can swing in and attack. There's a lot of different ways this can be used, and I love cards that do that. So this one, A+. I love it. I love that you picked this one.
And so, like, let's say we choose all of their stuff, and then they come into play tapped, and you say go.
Other people's are still untapped or still tapped.
They're still tapped. That person untaps, and they can just swing in on those other players because it can't do anything to you because that all the damage is prevented. And maybe they're just pissed off at you at that point, but they just wait a turn. I don't know.
Yeah. No, this is good.
How do you, is this comparable maybe to the Airbenders Wrath? Where you get to choose one
Yeah,
and
I
keep it, and then
know,
everything else gets
and-
airbended.
I still think I like the Airbender better.
Is that an instant?
No,
That's a sorcery, right?
it's a sorcery, but the fact that they have to pay 2 to get their stuff back out, and they can't do it until their next turn.
Yeah,
So-
that's probably the deal.
Yeah, so that one.
But it
like-
doesn't prevent any damage to you,
right? But you're eliminating everything but your one creature,
Mhm.
and then they can't play those creatures until they got to wait 2 turns. Wait.
You
one
get to
turn.
keep all your creatures though,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and you only get to keep one on that.
yeah. That's
So this is like a straight up game winner in some
right.
instances.
Right. Yeah. If you can swing through, and even like you just said, even if you can't, you're tapping down everybody else's creatures.
Yeah.
So the next player next to you can swing in and do the lethal damage if they want to. But like you said, they might be better and might not want to do that. So
It's a cool card.
yep.
I like it. What do you got for your 4th pick? No, you're
Yeah, this is my last pick here. I'm gonna do one of the evoke dudes, and I think it's one of the better ones, because it does a lot of fun things that we like to do, and it's the wistfulness. There he is. Oh, that's all his name. Wistfulness. So it's 3 and hybrid blue green. It's an elemental incarnation. It's 6/5. When this creature enters, if 2 green was spent to cast it, exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. When this creature enters, if you did 2 blue, you get to draw 2 cards and then discard a card. And then its evoke is blue green hybrid. So I just, for commander purposes, you don't like it?
I don't like them.
Oh,
I don't
really?
like any of them.
Really? Well, this is I liked this one, and Vibrance was the other one, because that one's the getting the land. And it's any land, which was the one I was debating going after. But those are the 2 that I liked from them, but the other ones I didn't like as much. That's what I like, because it has the not built on, but the spot removal with the artifact enchantment with it, where you could do the 2 green. I like having both of those options. Do you think it's too much? Like, think of the disenchant, what's his name? Reclamation Sage, which is 3. And then you add on another 2. Like, would you do a spell for 5 where you're drawing 2 cards, discarding a card, and destroying an artifact or enchantment? Is that just too much? Or is it always an evoke that you're using here?
I think that's the reason why I don't like these, is because I don't like the evoke.
Because you can only choose one.
My problem is that like it's almost never going to be a turn 2 evoke,
Right.
because it has to be 2 blue or 2 green, and it's not like it is an ETB, but you have to have done those, paid that amount. So there's no blanking, there's no reanimation, there's no little tricks, no little extra. It's just the evoke cost or the casting cost. And I don't know if I would want to pay 2 green, 2 blue, and a colorless. I don't hate them. How about that? But I'm not willing to pay the price for them.
I think I don't like a lot of them. I only liked the 2.
I can get that. I think I looked at it and I went, I can't blink it. I can't reanimate it. I can't. Is a 6/5 for 5 mana with like 2 green, 2 blue worth getting rid of an artifact or an enchantment and drawing 2 cards and discarding a card? 6/5. It's probably worth it. But at the same time, like, I'm probably too lazy. This feels like a good standard card.
Yes.
I have no interest in paying any
Right.
real money for it.
Oh, yeah. And I think this one's expensive too, isn't it?
Right. I think it's 15, 10,
Yeah,
15.
17,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
This one is
Right.
$5 at most for me. Like, I'm not going
I would agree more with that. And so the price always throws me off a little bit, because I do think this is going to be a good standard card. It's very flexible in that regard. I just I'm not going to be interested in it until that price comes down.
Yep. And what I will agree with on jump on with you is the my last two cards that like the last two things I added on my list were these type of cards. Were the two that I just talked about. Like I went back through the list 3 times and I'm like, I didn't put these right away, you know, going through it, and then I came back. I'm like, I can see where this is gonna be good, and I like Vibrance because of the land, but I'm not probably gonna do the 3 damage with Vibrance, so that's why I didn't go with that one in this case. So these were my last picks. I don't have anything else. I guess there is one that's like Heroic Intervention. I don't know if that's what you're picking, but that is my last one that I.
But I think there's a good comment here in the chat, like having an attack trigger attached to one of like being like, oh, you get to choose between these if you attack as well. That would put it at a mythic status for me. Like that also, I feel like they got bumped up into mythic, and it shouldn't be.
Should be a rare. Yeah, it should be a rare.
Yeah. So I very much agree with that comment there.
All right, what is your last pick here, Lau?
No, probably not that. Okay, I do kind of like that. No, it's there's a handful of cards. I think that's it. I think that's the interesting bit. Raiding Schemes. RAIDING. RAID.
Oh, RAI.
Yeah.
RAID. That's not going to get it. Rating.
Yeah, that'll get it. Right there. All right, 3 colorless red and a green enchantment. Each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire, which means when you cast a non-creature spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. And then if you do, copy it, and you may choose another target for the copy. And a copy of a permanent creates a token of it. I love this flexibility. I love that it's not just like an instant sorcery, like being able to do this for enchantments. Probably not a lot of artifacts since it's colorless, and colorless is not a color. So tapping 2 colorless creatures would not copy an artifact. BT dubs. But I do, you know, I really like the flexibility here where you'd be able to fit this into a lot of kind of cool decks. It probably works really well in like a spell slinger that has the Magecraft or whatever. Like when you cast or copy, have a trigger, Stormkiln Artist, draw a card, and then just being able or like make some tokens. I like this card a lot. I think it's interesting. It might be just like too much mana to come out.
Yeah.
But I find it really interesting.
What are we at for price on this guy?
Cheap.
38 cents. You like the multiple copy trigger type things, like that's you're kind of drawn to that type of thing. Your Ishin type stuff where you get multiple things.
No, don't call it Ishin type thing. That's Calamax type things.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you are correct.
Right.
My apologies. Mr. Calamax. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, do you have any honorable mentions? Because my other one was the Selfless Safe Right, which is the kind of like a heroic intervention dude on a stick.
Which one's that? I don't.
Selfless Safe. So it has Flash and Convoke. So he's a lot to come out, but when he enters, choose a creature type, other permanents you control. Game hexproof and indestructible, so it's a tribal whatever. Heroic.
Yeah, that's going to be played a ton, right?
Yeah. So I thought that one was pretty cool. But that was my only other one besides Vibrance, so.
Yeah, Bloodline Bidding, which is Convoke for 8. Choose a creature type, return all creature cards of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Yep, I saw that one, yeah.
I think that's a good one. I really like the Convoke cards in this. Like, I really like what they did with the Convoke. I liked Adept Water Shaper.
Adept Water.
Adept.
Oh,
Other tapped creatures you control have indestructible.
Yeah, because you're
I
swinging
liked it.
in. Yeah, it's swinging in for an attack. They're tapping. Boom! Now they're indestructible.
Right. And just yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. Merfolk.
Other than that, I think I'm good.
It's-
I guess Gathering Stone.
I don't know.
This
that
is just
one.
a second. We already have this card, and it's a $6 card. I don't remember it, but 4 mana. Choose a creature type. Spells of the creature or the chosen type is 1 less. And if this artifact enters at the beginning, when this artifact enters at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's card of the chosen type, you may reveal it and put it in your hand. If you don't, put it in the graveyard. You may put it in the graveyard. When this artifact enters and at the beginning of your upkeep.
beginning. Yeah,
Okay.
so you got
Okay,
both.
so it's we have this in the commander decks, right? It's the 3 mana Herald's Horn.
Oh, yep.
That's this.
Yeah, it's enters. Choose a creature type.
For
Yeah.
1 mana more, we get it on an ETB.
ETB, and then everything else is the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like this is going to be played. If you're playing that, you're playing this probably.
And this goes in the graveyard, whereas I think Herald's goes back on top.
Yeah. I like the graveyard part too.
Yeah, you do.
Don't say it's so dirty like that.
I know, I
Yeah,
didn't mean
you
it like
do.
that. I just meant that you like you like graveyards.
You do like it like that,
Yeah,
Lowry.
you do. You like those dead things. You just like to abuse them and just
Gross.
bring them back and play with them some more. Yeah, no, that's a good point. This one is you get an ETB. That might be worth it. The 1 extra for Herald's Horn to get it on the trigger instead of waiting just for the upkeep. I like that.
Yeah.
I know Tad mentioned one from the pre-release, which I don't. It's that equipment. I don't actually know the name, but it has
The crown.
Yeah, the Kithkin crown looking dude or whatever. So it has. I wonder what is it?
I don't know what the name of it. It's not on my list, but it was definitely a different,
I bet you would find it really cool.
kind of like a mirror form type card that was just like, that's really interesting.
There's just two. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, you can leave it on top. Doesn't mean you. I want to put it on in the graveyard. Mirror Mind Crown, 4 mana equipment, 2 to equip. When it's attached to a creature, the first time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn. You may instead create that many tokens that are copies of the equipped creature. Yeah, that's super interesting.
Yeah. So you could see that being. You don't get around the commander thing. So if you put on your
Right.
commander,
So
it's-
it don't want it to be a legend, which
yeah.
I think is appropriate.
But then
But this goes really well with like the Smothering Tithe again. Like once each turn you're making a token. Is it going to become a copy of the whatever it's equipped to?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that for 6 mana?
Right, but it is also 1 or more. So if you're making 5 tokens at all those that first time, all 5 of those become that. So if you're able to make mass amounts of tokens at any given time, you get all of those will be that. So
This definitely feels like an Essex card. Remember my green blue Essex deck? Whenever I made like a token or 1 or more on my turn, they all get to turn into something. Like that feels like this, and that deck was so fucking fun.
yeah.
I like this card a lot too. It's interesting for sure.
Should be interesting to see this in decks. So but yeah, let us know which cards we missed or cards that you guys are excited for or commanders that you guys are excited for. Just throw that in the comments. Yeah, that should do it for this week. We got another 2-hour episode. Yep.
Right
Woo!
on time.
All right, gang. Well, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
Take up.
I love boobs, I'm talking tatas. I love boobs, I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs,
Thanks for the memories.
I love boobs.
Hey, Meat Force, could you